What's up, everybody? Happy Monday. Hope all you're having a great day. Hope you all had a great weekend. Getting into this episode of GH, listen. I understand Alexis wants to give Spencer the benefit of the doubt. I can respect that, but the boy is a Cassadine. That's what they do. They get revenge. That's the family motto. They don't let shit go. And he's learned from the best, so I mean, he spent a lot of times with Grandma Hella, so I mean, it's only natural for him to be vindictive. Um, Nicholas knows that his son is the stalker. He definitely know. But what I think is going to happen is I think he's going to listen to Alexis's words because Alexis basically told Nicholas to slow his roll on accusing Spencer of being a stalker because she was like, you don't really have no proof of nothing, and you don't want to, she doesn't think that Spencer is capable. I'm like, again, Alexis, he's a Cassadine. It's what they do. Spencer is very resourceful. That goes to show Alexis don't know Spencer that well. Like, you really don't know the kid. Um, she doesn't want Nicholas to drive Spencer away for good. I get that. But what I think is going to happen is I think Nicholas is going to accuse Spencer, and I think Spencer is going to deny it, of course, and Nicholas is going to believe him. Like, he's going to be like, all right, I believe you. I think he's going to believe him. I think he is. He's going to give his son the benefit of the doubt because at the end of the day, Spencer can easily deny it because they don't have any physical proof that he's behind it. So there's nothing to back up those claims. Um, Harmony is so freaking worried about that letter because she was like panicking when she found out that Nicholas took the letter that was written to Spencer because she's worried about what Ryan is going to do to her if he finds out that that letter is not with the other letters. I'm like, madam, why are you so afraid of this man? He's a vegetable. What are you afraid of? All that man can do is smile and maybe blink. That's about it. What are you so afraid of? Then again, there is a big chance for Ryan to get his mobility and everything else back. So I'm like, yeah, I kind of would be a little scared too. I'm just saying. I would be nervous. Because we all know Ryan crazy as all get out, and ain't no telling if he really faking that little, that little diagnosis that he got. Ain't no telling if he really faking it or not. Shit, he might be. And Harmony might know about it too, because that heifer. She the queen of secrets. So anyway, moving on from that. It's so funny how Spencer can give Trina all this advice about not being vindictive and stuff like that when it comes down to her mother and being angry and all that. And even Spencer admitted that his vindictiveness sometimes can come back and bite him. I said, sir, it's about to come back and bite you. Like it is. Um, my thing about Trina is I understand she's upset with Portia because she feels like, you know, she she never really knew her mother. Like she's feeling like, oh, I'm seeing my mother in a different light now. Your mother is human. Like all parents, they're human. They make mistakes, they do things. It's life, hell, we all make mistakes. You can be upset and Trina can be upset, you know what I mean? She got a right to be upset, but it's like don't stay mad. It's okay to get mad, but don't stay there. You know what I'm saying? Learn how to forgive and let go. You know, but Lord knows if it comes out that Trina is really Curtis's father, Lord help Portia. That's all I can say. Because the amount of hell she gonna catch, I still feel like there's a big possibility Trina is Curtis's daughter because they never did a DNA test, and the timeline fits. So it's a big possibility, and I think Portia's lying. I mean, if she could lie about all this and keep all this shit secret, what else are you lying about, madam? Because something is telling me you're lying about something else. But I just wish that she wasn't. But something telling me it's nagging at me that there's a potential for Curtis to be the dad. I'm gonna keep feeling that way until we get confirmation, because we never got confirmation. All we got was Portia saying, no, that's not your daughter. That's not good enough for me. That's not good enough for me. I'm gonna need documentation. I'm gonna need Dana. DNA, because Dana's the only bitch I know that don't lie. So I'm gonna need that right now. I'm gonna need that test expeditiously. So anyway, Spencer talking about throwing this big ass party at Windermere or whatever. I have a feeling once he throw that party, I feel like that's when all the tea is gonna get spilled about his stalking. Because we all know whenever GH does any type of party, whenever characters do a party, it's always ended in some type of drama. And I have a feeling whatever big party he throws is gonna be some shit. Somebody gonna get exposed, somebody gonna get cussed out, somebody gonna get hurt. We all know it's bound to happen. It's gonna happen. So I can't wait for this little shindig to go down. So anyway, moving on from that. Miss Naomi Dreyfus, Lord have mercy. Didn't I tell y'all when Naomi came back to town, I had a feeling she was into some shit. I had a feeling that she was up to some shenanigans. And I was right. I knew it. Because ain't no way she came back to town just to be around Violet. She really did. And I was like, no, you have an agenda. And that motel she was staying at. Lord have mercy. I wouldn't be caught in that motel. I'm sorry, that motel looked dirty. I was like, it don't look up to par. Like, I guess she couldn't afford a room at the Metro Court, I suppose, but I wouldn't be staying in that. Listen, I don't stay in no place that got an M at the first, in the beginning of the name. I do, if it got an H, I will stay there, but I also need to see the reviews and the stars. If it is not a 4-star at the very least, I don't like staying in dirty. Absolutely not. That motel looked like it would make me itch. Just like, cause some motels, I've been in motels before, and they just look so dingy. Sometimes they look like they don't change the bedding, and I was like, hell to the no. I just couldn't do it. So of course, Sam and Sean pop up asking her all types of questions about Hayden and her whereabouts. Naomi was trying to clam up at first. Oh, I haven't spoken to my daughter. I haven't this, that, and the third. Trying to clam up on them or whatever. And Sam and Sean wasn't buying that bullshit. They wasn't buying none of them wolf tickets that she was trying to sell. So she finally admitted that she did talk to Hayden a year ago, and that Hayden hit her up for some money or whatever. But she claimed that her and Hayden are not on the best of terms, and that Hayden was telling her how Violet was better off living with Finn because she didn't want to be a mother. I was like, no, absolutely not. I knew when Naomi started talking that foolishness, I knew she was lying. I knew she was lying because ain't no way Hayden would have said any of those words. Hayden, you could tell she really cared for her daughter. If she didn't want to be a mother, she could have got rid of that child in the womb if she really didn't want to be a mother. You know what I'm saying? She loves that little girl. So when she started talking all that nonsense, I say, yeah, you're lying. You are definitely lying. And I think Sam and Sean figured she was lying too. They wasn't buying it. So Naomi fucked up because she gave them kind of like a clue or a hint to something by bringing up Hayden's former name. So when they left, they realized that she gave them a hint. And that's when they decided, okay, so she gave us a clue. Let's go back and talk to her. But by the time they got back, I was like, Naomi was not long for this world. Because Naomi was talking to some dude or whatever, talking about, oh, I did what you asked me to do. Is our business done? I said, who this dude she talking to? And next thing you know, Sam and Sean come back and Hayden, Naomi on the ground. She dead. I was like, damn, bitch. I was like, they brought you back for 2 episodes to kill your ass? That's insane. That is insane. I say they really brought you back for 2 episodes just to kill you? That's some wild shit. Honestly, Naomi's death brings up a lot of questions. Who put her up to lying to Sam and Sean? Part of me thinks Nicholas, because Nicholas did know that Sam was looking for Naomi. I don't know if he knew she was in town already, but he knew that they were looking. And I wonder if Hayden is going to play a role in Drew coming back. Like, does she know anything about it? Like, it's a lot of good questions that I'm wondering about. But I just couldn't believe they brought Naomi back so fast just to kill her. And who's behind all of this? That's the biggest question of them all. Like, who's doing this shit? But Nicholas is definitely number one suspect at this point because I wouldn't put nothing past Nicholas. Like, he definitely has that killer streak. Even though he's the nice Cassadine that everybody likes to label him as, we all know he can be just as deadly. Especially when, if it comes out that he's the one who put out the hit on Hayden, he's going to go to prison. Well, he's looking at prison time. You know what I mean? Especially if they gather enough evidence against him. So, of course, he would want to tie up those loose ends, and Naomi is a loose end that he would want to tie up. Because I'm pretty sure Naomi knew. Ain't no way Hayden didn't tell her all this information, so I'm pretty sure Naomi probably knew. But I wonder who involved in this shit. Like, who's the guy that she was talking to and all this stuff? Like, what the hell is going on with this? This is a new intriguing mystery right now, and I can't wait to see it unfold. So anyway, moving on from that, Scott. I'm not mad at Scott. Scott is that lawyer that's trying to get his coin. Like, he's trying to get paid, and I'm not mad at that. Because Scott is trying to figure out like what's going on with the Quartermains and all this mess or whatever. Are they making any headway? And Austin basically told him about Michael and Willow and how, they've been canoodling or whatever. And Scott was like, shit, use that to your advantage. Get some pictures. He said so we could use it as leverage. I respect the fact that that's not the way Austin wants to go. I thought that's what Austin was going to do at first. I thought he was going to use the Michael Willow situation to his advantage. He is in a way, though. Don't get me wrong. He's not blackmailing them, but he is going to use that situation to his advantage. Because apparently, Jimmy Lee has been sending letters to Edward over the years. Because remember, I said, how come Jimmy Lee never reached out to the family or to Edward over the years? But apparently he has. And him and Edward were talking through letters, apparently. And one of the letters alleged that Edward was planning on making legal changes. So Austin is under the impression that Edward was going to make some legal changes to his will, and he was going to add Jimmy Lee back to the will and his descendants. But I guess Edward died before he can make those changes. It's funny though, because I'm like, if there's a letter in Edward's study that can back up what Austin's saying, then it would hold weight in court. And he could show that to a judge, and maybe the judge will overturn the will, or maybe he'll add Austin to the will. Maybe give him an inheritance, if that's what Edward's intentions were. So, of course, Austin wants to use Chase to get that letter. Because Chase is basically at a point where he wants to confront Willow and basically let her know that the marriage is now over. Austin doesn't think that's a good idea right now. Because Austin's like, hell nah, I can't let you do that because I need you in the mansion to get this letter. Like, I need you to get this proof for me. Once you get the proof, you can pretty much do whatever the hell you want. But until then, I need you to, play this role right now. And he is about to use Chase up and play him like a fiddle. And I feel bad for Chase because in a way it's like, Chase already been played once before. It's like, it sucks to see him being played again, but I'm with Austin on this one. Business is business. And Chase sitting there talking about he never saw the signs or whatever. I'm like, Chase, I knew him proposing to Willow on his deathbed was a bad idea from the start. I knew it was going to end in disaster. Michael and Willow are sitting over there fussing over each other, and BLQ was noticing it and pretty much telling Michael, yeah, y'all are definitely more in love than ever. Michael, I hate when people say they didn't have a choice or there was no other option. There were plenty of options. Plenty of options in this particular case. They could have just told Chase the truth from the jump. He probably would have been upset, but I don't think he would have been as mad as he is right now. And on top of that, you got Austin in his ear, playing the devil, trying to, psych him up a little bit more to try to get some type of petty revenge on them to keep the marriage going a little bit longer so he can get his letter. But, Willow wants to come up with a new game plan or whatever. She's saying basically the minute Chase takes 5 more steps walking or whatever, and he's healed up enough, then that's when she's going to tell him the truth. I'm like, y'all could have been told this man the truth. And I know some people going to say, well, she tried. I'm like, yeah, she ain't tried hard enough. You ain't tried hard enough to tell that man the truth. It's going to end badly. I think it's going to end in disaster for a lot of people. I think it is. I would have preferred that she would have just told him the truth from the get-go so that way they could at least maintain their friendship. But now, I think it might take a while for Chase to actually get over this. I don't think Chase even wants revenge against them. He's angry with them, but I think he wants to just end this charade right now. Like, he wants to just end the marriage so they can be together and live their life, and he just, live his. But when you got Austin nipping at your heel, it's kind of, gonna be hard to do. It's gonna be a hot ass mess, is what it's gonna be. And I'm here for all of this. This is good drama. But anyway, that was pretty much the whole episode. Hit the comment section, let me know what y'all thought about it, and I will see you all later. Have a great day. Peace.